Thank you, Jake. We have covered the floods in India extensively since the beginning of August. Let's look at the impact of these floods on India's farmland. Floods have wreaked havoc on the farmland in 5 states. Preliminary estimates put about 9 lakh hectare under water. Apart from claiming hundreds of lives, displacing lakhs of people, and destroying infrastructure in the 5 states, the flooding triggered by incessant rains in the first fortnight of August has also inflicted heavy losses on the farming community. What is a lakh? A lakh in Indian is 100,000, so 900,000 hectares. A hectare is approximately 2.5 acres. That's 2.47 to be exact. So 900,000 hectares, or over 2.2 million acres. That's about the size of Puerto Rico. Preliminary estimates suggest that about 9 lakh hectares of farmland in these states have been impacted by floods, with vast stretches still submerged and silt entering the fields. The major crops impacted include sugarcane, corn, soybean, cotton, and other plantation crops such as coffee and tea. Also, thousands of hectares of horticultural and plantation crops have been hit, and the damage is yet to be assessed as large tracts remain submerged and are inaccessible. The area affected could go up once the water recedes, said an official in the Agriculture Department of Karnataka. The State Agriculture Department is conducting a detailed survey to submit a report to the state government. Agriculture officials said that almost all kharif, which is the secondary harvest crops sown in these districts, have been washed away, and the state might need more assistance from the center. While we are speaking of India, we have an update in Pradesh. Extensive rainfall, floods, and landslides are wreaking havoc across the Indian state of Himachal Pradesh on August 17th and 18th of 2019. The state has so far received 200% above average rains this monsoon. 2019 has been a devastating year for floods across the globe, from India to New York City. Inadequate infrastructure and heavy rain has inundated fields, highways, and neighborhoods. No matter what country you are in, our infrastructure needs updates. I'm asking our community to speak to your local officials and find out what they are doing for your community. Urge them to look into the impact the grand solar minimum may have in your area. Please share with us your findings on what your neck of the woods is doing. The regular news outlets very rarely report on this. Take a look at the city of Madison, Wisconsin. They are making strides in how they respond to flash flooding and pinpointing weaknesses from the 2018 historic floods. Engineers have been working year-round on models to mitigate flash flooding in Madison, as well as ways to improve lake flooding. Phil Gabler, a Madison water resource engineer, said the storms are changing. Ed Ruckreil, the emergency coordinator for Madison, says his emergency responders know the storms are changing because they have witnessed it more than most. Madison emergency responders had record-breaking amount of rescues and calls during the 2018 floods. They're not associating the storms and the weather pattern changes to GSM. That is why I'm asking people to reach out to their local officials and have them research it. Ruckreil said the top city entities have reflected back on their response during these floods and are proud of what they have accomplished, but are working on a more unified approach and a better plan to coordinate volunteers during the aftermath. Another city recovering from floods is Lynch, Nebraska. 5 months after the historic March floods, the village of Lynch is still in its early stages of recovering from the floods. There's a section of town that is a ghost town, and how do you ever reestablish that? How do those people feel comfortable ever coming back? This is just a rural country village where the population is only 230 people. The term progress is used very loosely after historic floods in March almost wiped out the village of Lynch. This article states, now efforts are underway to do what they can to get help from outside organizations like FEMA. Now, it's been almost 6 months. These families have lost everything and have already left. Without residents to occupy the now empty and damaged homes, city officials say it's been a struggle to even get relief. They hope once they have a better understanding of what the city can provide on recovery efforts, that FEMA and other organizations will cover the rest. Can the city even be saved after all this time and the people have left? We will keep you updated as the information comes in. Are you sick of hearing about more of these floods? Extremely heavy rain hit Istanbul and other cities in northwest Turkey on August 17, 2019, causing severe flooding in which one person lost its life. Streets and basements were flooded, drivers stranded, and public transport disrupted after heavy rain hit the Turkish city of Istanbul, population of 15 million. The rain started falling early in the day and increased around noon. As much as 113 millimeters, that's 4.4 inches of rain, fell on parts of the region in only 90 minutes. On average, Istanbul receives 24 millimeters, that's 0.94 inches of rain in July, and 32 millimeters, that's 1.25 inches in August. June, July, and August are usually the city's driest months. So the month of August, the average is 46 millimeters in just 90 minutes. They received 113 millimeters. Over to the Stromboli volcano. Intense effusive activity from numerous vents at Stromboli volcano in Italy has resumed again on August 18, 2019, after several days of decreased activity. Frequent and often strong Strombolian eruptions occur from several active vents in the crater terrace. Lava from the southwest rim seems to have increased its activity and feeds a lava flow that reaches about halfway down the slope of the Sierra del Fuoco. As far as the amplitude of the volcanic tremor is concerned, there are no significant variations compared to what the INGV reported in a detailed press release on August 16th. Thermal images and photographs taken during surveys carried out on August 13th and 14th showed two ephemeral mouths located at 730 meters, that's about 24,000 feet, and 710 meters, which is about 2,300 feet. Lava flow on August 14th was estimated at about 500 meters, that's 1,640 feet. A new underwater eruption took place near Fanuele Island in the Tonga archipelago on August 7th, 2019. The eruption was first reported on August 7th when large clouds were observed on the horizon at the location of the volcano. The plume continued to get larger over the next few hours. It seemed to have paused and then erupted again. The next information about the eruption came on August 15th. After a catamaran called Sail Surf Rome en route to Fiji encountered volcanic rocks completely covering the ocean's surface. The crew reported entering the pumice at 8 UTC, that's 1900 local time. The rubble slick made out of rocks from marble to basketball size, such that the water wasn't even visible, the Rome crew reported on their Facebook page. Back to you, Jake.